Deb, can I speak to you a minute?
Hey look, she dies and the trailer ruined it. I'm gonna keep saying that every time she shows herself. Because whoever edited that trailer was an idiot to spoil that.
I know I talk too much. I just get so excited about all that boogeyman bullshit.
Yeah, it would have been good if you didn't spoil her death in the trailer, but, you know, what do I know?
This house is so rich.
Hey, you know what would have been good if they didn't spoil this kill in the trailer?
Dr. Mathis?
He's dead in the pool. You want to know how I know about that? Because they spoiled it in the trailer. Hello everyone, welcome back to another movie reaction. Today we have Halloween Ends, the final movie of this trilogy. Hopefully it is. If you've seen my other discussion pieces on the trilogy as a whole, I'll link that down in the description. Overall, I haven't been the biggest fan of this trilogy. I think the 2018 version is passable at least. Or at most, I should say. Kills was a mess, and watching the trailer to this one, and I'll link my trailer reaction in the description as well as my breakdown of basically this trilogy as a whole. I'm not really excited for this. I think this looks very, again, cookie cutter, very generic. It looks very predictable. I have heard some of the leaks. I just want to say, if the leaks are true, that this is going to be a shit movie to watch. But if they're not true, I don't know if they're still going to put forward a good movie. Because David Gordon Green and the rest of the team that were writing and directing, I don't think we're up for this. I don't think they've done anything good with this trilogy at all. Like I said, I think 2018's Halloween is just fine. But I think, personally, the first two original ones are better than anything else that we've gotten. Even, you know, part 3 onwards. The Rob Zombie remake. I might be a bit controversial here and say I think Rob Zombie's first movie is better than this new reboot. I think it wasn't too bad in comparison to these ones. It's no means as good as the first two, but it's definitely better than David Gordon Green's versions. But yeah, I know a lot of people are probably going to say, you know, walk into this with an open mind or with a non-biased opinion or whatever, but it's like, this is the last movie of a trilogy that hasn't held up well at all. I mean, it would be a different story if this was the first movie. Like, I walked into the 2018 version optimistic. I didn't really have an opinion to it. I thought, okay, this is interesting. They're scrapping the sibling relationship. This is a different take that they might go to. And it was just basically a rip-off of the 78 version, so it wasn't really original. And then Kills was just a complete turnaround from any concept of logic. And in my opinion, I am walking into this with a negative viewpoint. So basically, this is just going to see how far it can sink. Again, I'm walking into this with how bad can they take this? Can it be worse than Kills? Or can it be on par with Kills? Because I don't think this movie can save the franchise. I think it's already down the rabbit hole, and can't get out of. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to get too much ranty into this. If this is shit, I'll probably do an in-depth rant at the end. So I'll put that in the chapters if you want to see that. I might also just do that as a separate video as well. If it's that shit, I might go to that extent. But yeah, let's not hop on that just yet. If you guys do enjoy this, make sure you like and sub. I'll put the movie here and we'll get right into it.
94.9 The Urge.
Okay, it's a radio station.
I'm Willie the
Wait, is this another flashback?
Corey, you're a lifesaver.
Hi.
How have you been? Come on in.
So this is the guy in the trailer, right? Who's sneaking in the tunnel.
Jeremy, the sitter's here!
That's a nice shot.
And there is one thing I need to tell you. All the events and, you know, the headlines of Michael Myers. Jeremy's been afraid of the dark.
For 40 years.
I could read him a story or something. Does he have a favorite book?
Is this guy in the previous movies? I don't remember this guy in the previous movies. They've just shoehorned him in now. Hey, look, a better movie. The Thing is a better movie than Halloween. Even the original one. I prefer The Thing, but Carpenter's version way better. The Thing and They Live is probably my favorite Carpenter movies.
You suck at babysitting.
I'm not a babysitter.
What a piece of shit of a kid.
Jeremy, turn that movie off.
Where'd he go? Did he get scared of the movie?
Jeremy?
Again, who is this guy? Was he in the other movie? Why are they focusing so heavily on this guy? Unless if he... Well, he doesn't die. He's in the trailer. Just leave the kid at this point. Just leave. Maybe bring the parents? Wait, so is Michael in this house? What's going on? Let me guess. He's got the knife in the hands and something happens to the kid and he's gonna... They're gonna point the blame on him or some shit. So the kid locked him in there. What kind of door is this? Very protective door.
What was that?
What are these zoom-ins? What was that? Oh, I like the different score. Carpenter did this score. This would probably be the best thing. Oh, okay, I like that. Christopher Nelson as well. I've got to give it to him. He's done a good job with the effects and all that.
And then one Halloween night many years ago,
40. 40?
that was it. Michael Myers was pure evil.
Are they doing another flashback? Are you serious? More flashbacks?
As he was locked away in his prison, I disappeared into mine.
Yeah, thanks. We already know this.
In the years that followed, the people of Haddonfield descended into a plague of grief, of blame, of paranoia. The suffering Michael caused became an infection, passing on to people who never even crossed his path.
So all these atrocities are on Michael's doing now? What?
It has been 4 years since I last saw my monster.
Apparently he wasn't your monster gone by the last movie.
It's up to each of us, whether or not we lock the door or let him inside.
Very heartwarming, yeah, very nice. Get to the movie now.
I know I am, but let's talk about that Michael Myers.
Wait, so is he gonna go straight into the tunnel like the trailer right now? Okay, so it looks like he's gonna be the main character. They're gonna shoehorn him in. Very odd decision to just throw this guy in a trilogy finale.
You're under arrest for being the prettiest girl I know.
Taxpayer dollars right there. So he's 4 years just been in this shithole. How hasn't he just died of starvation, or he's just... What's he been doing?
Hey, yo, wait. New friend. Bring you a little milk.
Are these guys supposed to be bullies?
I know who you are.
You did something messy.
I can't believe they let you off.
What's with these dramatic zoom-ins? These guys are like half this guy's size and they're gonna attempt to bully him.
Hey guys, would you look at this? I mean, a psycho meets a freak show.
So do you want to do it? Or you want me to?
Slash tires? Fair played.
This gentleman had an accident and needs a little fix-up.
So they're gonna be in some relationship. The granddaughter.
Cute, isn't she?
Is this a horror movie or a romance comedy? What's going on? Wait, so they've never met each other and they're already doing awkward stumbling and bumbling over each other? What?
We should go out sometime and do something.
With me?
With both of us. I mean, we both have to be there, otherwise it wouldn't be a very good time.
Is this a romance movie or Halloween? What's going on?
No, that just means a major phase is ending and a new one is about to begin. Put the nail in the coffin with that police officer you were.
You know, you need to find someone that can let go, that makes you want to rip off your shirt and show Grief your fucking tits and say, you know what? Let's go.
Boys who keep secrets don't get custard for dessert.
How old's this guy?
I'm sorry to bother you with this shit, but my goddamn son drove 3 miles on a fucking flat because he doesn't know how to change a tire on a goddamn automobile. Fucking genius.
Stereotypical bully child is getting bullied by parents in movie.
Kidding. It's actually Corey Cunningham, the guy that killed that kid.
Don't listen to her, Allison. You can be with whoever you want to be with.
How did I know he killed the kid though? Like, there was obviously no blood on the knife. And there was no stab wounds on the kid, so how did they draw that conclusion? And wasn't this a complaint with the first movie, with a lot of people, including myself, where no one gives a shit about the kid characters? I just want to see Laurie.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry. Sorry for killing my son.
Was it proven though? How have they determined that he's killed the kid? Like, I'm gonna say it, there was no stab wounds, he was holding a knife. You can't put that two together.
I get it. You survived Michael Myers. You're a hero with your struggles, and ask anyone. I'm the psycho babysitter. I'm the fucking kid killer.
Okay, so how is Michael Myers involved with this then? Ah, here we go, of course.
What is your problem with this kid?
This kid looks older than me. How is he a kid?
Yes? Shit! I didn't push nobody. He fell. Bullshit.
He fell?
Yeah, that's my story.
What the hell is going on? So what, is Michael Myers going to wake him up? Are you fucking serious? So this is basically the trailer now, right? Where he's like exploring the sewer for some reason instead of trying to find it, get up there and get out. So I want to know how Michael is still able to kill people when he's malnourished for 4 years in a sewer. Or are the fans going to excuse that this guy doesn't need to eat to stay healthy? What? What was that? He's possessed him with the evil? Please don't tell me they've done that. Please don't tell me they haven't like extended the evil onto him now. Through Michael Myers powers.
You see that man in there?
You take people in there now and then.
Who the hell is this guy?
I'm Michael Myers. I'm not done with you.
What is going on? Yeah, you should have probably at least wiped that.
Deb, can I speak to you a minute?
Hey look, she dies and the trailer ruined it. I'm gonna keep saying that every time she shows herself. Because whoever edited that trailer was an idiot to spoil that.
I'm hopeful with perspective that my experience will help others heal.
Your one experience in 78. What's he gonna do? Stand like Michael Myers now? Yeah, okay. This is.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I'm just waiting for help.
This is worse than Kills.
Those kids from the gas station that were messing with me, I tried to stand up for myself and they,
So what now? She's gonna see like the embodiment of Michael in this guy, because now her whole demeanor's changed with this kid. I guess I'm right. She generally thinks that this is Michael now. Like she sees somehow a connection between the two, which doesn't make sense because you scrapped part 2 onwards. How would Laurie even know the characteristic of Michael?
Well, we're making paper planes, but he wanted to watch a monster movie.
A far better movie. I actually want to watch The Thing now. Don't do another flashback, please. Why would they still have bloodstains?
Did I do something wrong?
I'm with someone.
It's Joe Grillo's. Hey, Joe. Hey. Joe Grillo's birthday today. And Joe Ross, he made a sponge cake. You two want to stop by?
Someone wrote this.
Allison. So you call Mr. Aggravated manslaughter at night when you can't sleep?
So he got convicted with manslaughter, so he's not a murderer. Such an odd shift in tone from the other two movies. At least the other two kind of felt tonally the same, even though that was shit. They at least had the... What's going on here? Is this the guy at the bar now? You're that desperate to tail someone and go in a sewer? Or under a bridge? What for? Like, clearly he's gonna die now, because, you know, it's a poorly written movie, and we've got to get some kills shoehorned in. But I still don't get why this guy's that desperate to do this. He's gonna open it, no one's gonna be in there, he's gonna turn around, someone's gonna kill him. There you go, yeah. Wow, I never saw that happening.
Hey! You don't fuck with Doug Mulaney!
Why would you... So is Michael going to kill this guy then and just
Where are you?
feed off this guy? So is this like...
It was an accident.
Is this like Hellraiser now, where he's going to feed off the kills? So that's what I'm... So this guy, Myers, has kind of like used him as a like...
Show me how to do it.
A makeshift apprentice. There's no way they're actually doing what I think they're doing. You know what? I thought I would have never have said this, but I would rather watch Busta Rhymes do Kung Fu than watch this.
Do you ever just shut your goddamn mouth? I know, right? I know I talk too much. I just get so excited about all that boogeyman bullshit.
Yeah, it would have been good if you didn't spoil her death in the trailer, but, you know, what do I know?
I keep seeing his eyes.
Are we talking about Michael or this kid?
Michael's eyes in Corey.
This house is so rich.
Hey, you know what would have been good if they didn't spoil this kill in the trailer?
Dr. Mathis?
He's dead in the pool. You want to know how I know about that? Because they spoiled it in the trailer. So that's the kid killing people. So people were... The leaks were right. Because that's not Mikey's suit, obviously, and you can see his hair. So what, Michael Myers is in the house with him? Are you joking? Hey guys, remember in 78 when he killed Bob? Yeah, let's just, again, do another callback.
She's trying to take you away from me, isn't she? That's where you go every night.
Get out of my house!
Oh no. No.
Whoa.
I hope you find love.
What is going on?
The other kind of evil lives inside us. Like a sickness. Or an infection.
Okay.
If I can't have her,
neither can you.
no one will.
Just a man and a Halloween mask. What are you gonna do now?
What is going on? Oh no, he took the mask. Jesus Christ, is this all this movie can offer?
She's the one that's rich. Yeah, shoot.
What the fuck?
All of us.
So either he's gonna kill them or he's luring them to the sewer for Michael to kill. Whatever, it's dumb as shit.
Where'd he go?
I'm out, Corey! Corey, I just want to kiss and make up, my man, come on! Alright, we're gonna tie it to the back of the car, and then we'll drag it until there's nothing left.
Yeah, because that's a great idea.
Come on, Billy, let's get this punk!
Yeah, Billy's dead, but...
God, Billy!
Do I give a shit?
Man? Suck your own... Oh my God! What the fuck?
Terry? What's wrong?
Billy's dead!
I tell you what's a good idea. Why don't you run left or right? Get out of the car's way. He's driving in a straight line. So he's wearing the mask and he's Myers now. Well, I assume so. He's got clean hands. And why aren't they showing the kills? Isn't this supposed to be like R?
I got you! I got you, you fucking psycho!
He's gonna jump up, yeah.
Terry!
Yeah, nice kill. I'll give him that. That's probably the best kill so far. Maybe show it? Show the kill. That torch was the torch kill there was the best kill in the movie, but they didn't show it. I wanted to at least see his face melt. So I assume the mum's next. Oh, here we go, guys. Remember part 1 with the tracking shot?
It's good. A little ice cream? A little cookie?
The hotline is open and we are taking...
Show the deaths. He can't see that, but we can. Finally, it's only been, what, over an hour to get like a decent looking kill. I mean, it doesn't excuse a dog shit movie, but okay, this is the best kill.
I'd like to report a suicide. 1206 Mills End Road.
What? What? You've got to be joking. Well, obviously she doesn't die because Michael appears up the steps in the trailer. She shot the pumpkin. Wow.
Did you really think I'd kill myself?
Wow, how did she set this up?
You came here to kill me, so do it.
How did she know this was gonna happen? What's going on here? Have I missed something?
If I can't have her.
You son of a bitch.
Wow, like... Did a 2-year-old write this?
You!
Feel the emotion, guys? I really don't give a shit. So, Michael Myers just does this bum rush the house now and start throwing her, because there is that scene now where the hand's gonna come out. Oh, wow. Am I supposed to care that he got killed? Hey, this would have been good if they didn't spoil this fight in the trailer. He heard that over the microwave. He's got super hearing as well now. And again, I'm led to believe that there's no motive or connection between these two. It would actually make more sense if they were related, like the original movie, well, part 2. So can someone tell me why for 4 years he was just sitting in that sewer? He couldn't have done that before. The daughter's gonna run in a very convenient time.
do it!
So was he indestructible or not? Because people have been blabbering on that he's a god, or the fans have at least, and now he just dies like this because what, malnourished?
Time for Haddonfield to start healing.
Let's show them all.
But what, public crucifixion? What's going on? So they're gonna drive around and just people are gonna assume that the body strapped to the car is Michael Myers? What is going on? They're gonna meat grind him. So wait, did they cut dialogue in the trailer where it's like, if I can't kill him, I have to die as well? Like, there was some dialogue like that. I forgot the exact dialogue, but it's like, maybe I have to die to kill him as well. Like, did they cut that? Because it's not here, and obviously I assume he's dead, or he might do one jump scare. No? Oh, they're fully grinding him, okay.
Michael Myers has indeed been killed for decades of disturbances in our local community. Finally.
Decades? He only killed in 78. How's it decades? Are these guys brain dead who wrote this? So now what? How do you end this movie? How's this movie gonna end now? Like that. So that was Halloween Ends. God. I'm gonna do a commentary discussion now that's gonna be mixed with the review. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm actually just gonna split this up and do another video. So this part will be a copy and paste to another video, which would just probably have the trailer running and some pictures and screen grabs, much like the other commentary I did based on Halloween and how shit the franchise and horror franchises as a whole have gone with these remakes. So what I've done is I've just written basically a script now on the fly, and yeah, this is going to be a commentary slash quick review here, and this will be chopped up and thrown into another commentary video. So yeah, we'll get to that now pretty much. So my overall thoughts on Halloween Ends is, this is terrible. I mean, this is like bottom of the barrel script, bottom of the barrel acting for some parts. Like, some parts were really shit acting. Obviously Jamie Lee Curtis does fine for the limited screen time she's in this movie. She's a bit more in this compared to Ends, mainly because they ripped off part 2, the 1981 version where she was just stuck in the hospital the whole time. She's a bit more in this one on screen than that movie. But this whole trilogy has just been a whole big contradiction to the lore that they've built up for this remake, to the motive of Michael Myers. Whether this guy has a motive or not hasn't even been really explained in this movie at all. Now, I basically said in my previous commentary video that I obviously wasn't born when the first Halloween movie came out. Again, I'm 2000s baby, so I was way past its time. So I don't have necessarily a nostalgia bias to Halloween as a franchise. Again, it was long before I was around. So I don't necessarily like Halloween. I like horror movies, if that makes sense. I'm a massive fan of the genre, and I just like a simple, great story that basically, you know, makes sense and is frightening to a point. It doesn't necessarily need to have jump scares or just be all out, you know, bloody and gory. It just needs to be a good, competent story with some frightening elements, and that's simply what makes horror great. You know, that's all you need for a horror movie. And basically for Halloween 78, that's what it was. It was a simple horror movie. It was simply explained. It was simply executed. It had a simple storyline, but it made its point across, and that's why it's so highly regarded. Even part 2 was entertaining to a certain extent. It's not as good as part 1, but it's definitely the better movie compared to the bunch we got later on. And obviously this new trilogy gets lumped into the negative side of these Halloween movies. And what I'm going to find interesting once more people watch this movie in the next couple of weeks or couple of days is I want to see how the Halloween apologists who defend the franchise, no matter how bad the movies are, I want to see how their opinions stand with this movie or this trilogy in general, because I think this will be the first massive split between the fan base. And the outcome will be 2 subsection groups, I think, when it comes to the Halloween franchise now as a whole. And more specifically this trilogy, because again, they've erased everything past part 2 onwards. And the first group would be the group of people that wanted to see more Michael vs. Laurie, which I think this would be the majority, the mass majority of Halloween apologists, where they want to see 2 old people fight to the death, I guess. We kind of got this in the movie, but we didn't get enough of it, and I think majority of Myers fans want the Laurie vs. Michael more in a movie compared to what we got in this trilogy. And I'm assuming from the fan base they probably wanted Laurie to somehow kill Michael, far better than what it was executed in this movie. Why exactly? I don't know. Why would you want to see this? As it wasn't, again, portrayed good in this movie, and I don't think it will be portrayed well in another movie. Because it goes to another further question where it's like, this trilogy is stated multiple times that Michael is an unstoppable monster, basically, who defies human physics and logic, right? He was multiple times shot at, stabbed at, beaten upon this trilogy, and nothing happened to him. And not only through actions, it was dialogue too, right? It was verbally said that he was unstoppable, and was he inhuman or not? And it was shown again in both subtexts where dialogue was said, and in actual physical action he was unable to die in at least Halloween 2018 and Kills. So when it gets to this mass majority of Halloween apologists who wanted Laurie to kill Michael, I don't get how this particular fan group of people would have wanted this as an outcome. You know, how was Laurie going to defeat Michael? And also in this movie, you know, you got firefighters in Kills, right, who are physically stronger than Laurie, and they get squashed like watermelons and, you know, killed, but Laurie can do the final blow like this. It doesn't make sense in my opinion. So I think that's one group of people that will be pissed because it wasn't fully fulfilled in this trilogy. I don't think those portions of the fans will be happy that it was a lackluster fight scene at the end between Michael and Laurie, which again, it goes back to what I said. Why would you want that? I don't really know. Michael's pretty much inhuman, and they've said that throughout this trilogy, so how would you really expect Laurie to kill him? And then they do a really bait and switch in this movie where they've just nerfed Michael for no reason. just to give that kind of nourishment to fans, I guess, who wanted to see this fight, but it was poorly executed. So like I said, where there will be two groups of Maya community split. Like I said, you got those people who wanted the Laurie vs. Myers, and are probably going to be disappointed with this because it is lackluster fight scene. I'm going to go and talk about the other group of Myers apologists now, where this is kind of different, I would say, from the group. And this kind of split fan base has kind of come out of nowhere compared to the group that wanted Laurie vs. Michael. And it's the type of apologists that see the movie as unique and original and so different from the other movies that this automatically becomes a good movie. So no matter how bad the script is, no matter how bad it is Universal as a movie, because it's so different, that's why it's good. And I find it hilarious when this group of the fan base say this, because these people are all hypocrites, because I bet you majority of these people that are saying that did not like Season of the Witch, which was a completely different movie in the Halloween franchise. And that was original as well, right? That was an original story, original concept, much like this movie. But where was the mass backing towards Season of Witch compared to what probably Halloween Ends will probably get? Where, like I said, you'll get this mass group of people saying, because it's so different, it's good. Where were you when Season of the Witch released? And by all means, I'm not saying Season of the Witch is a good movie. I don't think it is. I think Carpenter kind of had enough of Michael Myers and wanted to do something different and ballsy. I can respect him to a certain level for doing that, but I still don't think Season of the Witch was good. So let's get that out the way. But people who are saying this movie is unique were probably crying back when Season of the Witch came out that they got rid of Myers, they changed too much. So it's like, now you're shifting to kind of, again, be that apologist, to kind of suck up to something you find nostalgic. Again, very hypocritical, I would say, for these people. So yeah, they're the two main groups that I can see spawning from this. And honestly, I don't believe or side with any of them, because it's like, well, Laurie vs. Michael was a stupid concept, but then at the same time, this is a terrible movie. It is different, but it doesn't mean it's good because of that. But then you've also got maybe casual people that's like, hey, I don't give a shit about Michael Myers. I just want to see the kills. I just want to see a brutally disgusting movie with kills and gore. I don't even think these people will be satisfied because you barely saw anything in this movie. I think the only decent kill scene was the radio host who got killed. Other than that, there's nothing. It's shitty jump cuts just before the actual gore was shown. So again, I don't really know why they shifted so much. Kills at least had some gore. I don't think that was, well, obviously that was a dog shit movie too, but Halloween 2018 and Kills had more gruesome deaths than compared to this movie. You barely saw anything. They cut it really, really fast. It was just really sloppily done overall. Again, I hated the idea of them bringing the Bob death scene again, which was spoiled in the trailers, where obviously the nurse was hung to the wall just like Bob. Poorly executed. Again, like I said with my trailer breakdown, very desperate move for them to do that and also spoil that in the trailer as well. I just saw that as a very desperate attempt to get people to watch this, and now we know why, because the movie was shit and they wanted to grab as many people they could grab to watch this. Also, that's also why they put this on Peacock streaming the same day of its release, to try and grab as many audiences as they can on the initial release, because the bad word of mouth is going to kill this movie. This will probably have a decent opening weekend for people that just want to see this end, no pun intended, but I want to see the next week and the following week after that, because it's going to be a huge drop off from disgruntled people who step into this movie and it's a pile of dog shit. But overall, that's pretty much it. If I was to give this one positive, and without being a smartass, I think generally the only positive thing was the costume design and the makeup effects and makeup artists. I think they've done throughout this trilogy a top-notch job. James Jude Courtney and obviously Nick Castle. I think Nick Castle didn't do a lot behind the mask as Michael Myers, but again, they've, much like the makeup artists and prosthetic effects artists and all that, they embody Michael Myers as a character very well. It's just they've been dumped in a shit movie. But Michael throughout the 3 movies has been imposing. It's just the writing around it's been crap. But I give props to them because they generally did hold this trilogy. They're really the only reason for you to watch this. And if there's some like fan cut on YouTube in the future, it would only be them, because they're the only best of bits of this movie is Castle and Courtney's portrayal of Myers. But yeah, my overall thoughts is hopefully this is generally the end, and hopefully they don't reboot this anymore. Much like, you know, Freddy and Jason, they've been basically killed off for a reason, because the sequels weren't good. They attempted to reboot those movies. Luckily, fans were smart enough to not accept those and not support them, and they scrapped those 2 slasher icons so far. As unfortunate as it is, I feel Myers is now next on the list to be completely scrapped. And I do think it's generally for the best, because he's had the longest run of sequels, Myers, and they've all been pretty shit. Part 2 is a bit polarizing to some people. I think it's probably the only decent sequel. But overall, the 78 is still the best one, and I generally don't want to see any more Myers movies. That's just me personally. And hopefully, because of the negative reviews, I just checked IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, even though they're not to be trusted to some extent, when critics are giving this a shit review, as well as the audience members, that's pretty telling in my opinion. And if there is a positive outcome to that negativeness, it would be to scrap David Gordon Green's Exorcist trilogy. He definitely is not deserving of that trilogy from the shit heap he has made from this trilogy. And hopefully Blumhouse see that people don't want him to continue with this horror trilogy shit that he's doing. So yeah, that's aside from, again, the makeup effects and the portrayal of Myers, another positive would be hopefully this scraps that Exorcist trilogy that was in the works, because like I said, I don't think he's deserving of that. But yeah, that's pretty much my little rant section over. And again, for you guys that have probably clicked on to the discussion video, because this portion is cut from my first viewing of the movie, the initial reaction, I will link that down below for you guys to hop on here. And obviously for people that are watching this section during my initial reaction, I basically, thank you guys for sticking around for the end. I know it's a bit ranty, but again, I'm a massive fan of horror, and I have been since a kid, basically. So it is disappointing that another icon basically is now scratched off the list of having good movies, and it's probably going to put the Myers franchise on a halt for a while now. I don't know if it will recover from this, but yeah, that's pretty much it for today. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure to like and sub, and I'll see you in the next one.